Hello and welcome. I am Boss Hog. I'm currently drinking American Golden Ale. Steve Sun, assistant manager. Fuck, I can't read. I'm with my guest today, Popcorn Jesus. He has convinced me to drink prior, so I'm pretty fucking buzzed. Let's try this Golden Ale. This is gross. I hate IPAs. What are you currently drinking? This is gross.
Okay, I gotta admit, I totally missed you opening your can, so that's from mine. And that was actually a fake open. That's opening a twisted tea. And the only reason it's a fake open is because I still have like half a Clamato Caesars. I don't know if you have Caesars there. Do you?
It's the first time I'm hearing about them. What's the percent alcohol?
So, 5.5.
Holy shit, dude! Mine's like 4.9, and this tastes like fucking. Oh, give me a second.
I've been drinking these for the last few hours, actually. It's I got the tall boys. They're 558 milliliters, which I don't know what that converts to. But
fuck other countries. I don't know. What that converts
I'm not
to.
going to do the math now. 'Cause I pre-drank before the podcast, but yeah, it's a Bloody Mary. But instead of tomato juice, they use Clamato juice, which is a mixture of, well, you can imagine, clams and tomato.
Is that actually what it is? I didn't know what that was.
Yeah, it's the only fish and fruit combination we drink here.
Okay, so I've heard Clamato juice before, but that was specifically from a South Park episode about the vampires. I have never heard of Clamato juice. I didn't know what that was.
Yeah, absolutely. And so, yeah, basically, it's just a Bloody Mary, but we do a little stuff to it. Like we have the Clamato juice, and we rim it with like a spice. So yeah.
So I don't like tomato juice in general, but I went to Gatlinburg early this year with my family, and I had moonshine with tomato juice, and it was like they had like a bacon taste to it, and they had jalapenos. I'm like, oh fuck, this is good. But I was buzzed as shit walking through fucking really Gatlinburg.
Have you ever had a red eye?
What is it? No, I haven't.
Yeah, a lot of your listeners will probably get a little woozy over this, but it's literally like tomato juice put into beer.
No, I am down. I don't like tomato juice, but after that, I am definitely excited to try some more.
It's nice. It's nice.
You know, I'm from Appalachia. I won't completely dox myself, but I can say I'm from Appalachia. So I have tried tomato juice. It's usually bitter, but with alcohol, I think once I'm already buzzed, it's fucking mint, dude.
It is. It is. Clamato juices are great, but I do like the twisted teas. Not that I'm not paid or sponsored by them, but oh my god, I tried this last summer for the first time, and I'm addicted. Oh, they're too good. They go down way too easily.
What's the percent? Explain them to me. I've never had honestly.
Twisted tea. It's like a funky Long Island iced tea, and it's only 5%. Oh, you know what? I want to take this back now and get a Caesar because it's got less percentage. But yeah, it's a very. You don't taste the alcohol at all. It's literally like drinking iced tea. You're just, but it messes you up pretty quickly.
So my favorite beer specifically is Natural Light Natter Days strawberry lemonade beer. They only sell it during the summertime, and currently where I'm living, they sell it in 30 packs. And oh my fucking god, they just crush so easy in the summer.
I gotta try that. I really do.
They are so good. I'm currently wearing the hat for them. I'll show you later. I'll take a picture and send it to you. But I so badly want to be sponsored by Natural Light. It's my favorite beer.
That would be awesome. Yeah, no, and my fave I think is Rickard's Red. In the beer family, I think it's a lager, but it's
lagers really are pretty good. Shit, what did I have? Is Yingling a lager? I can't remember.
Oh, the only IPA I like is Alexander Keats. I don't know if you have that.
I hate IPA. I'll be honest, I fucking hate IPAs. But I'm trying to try new things.
Do as well. Keats is the only one I'll drink. I did order an IPA, and I can't remember the name of it, but I ordered an IPA at a bar that I was at about a week ago with a friend, and I regretted it right away. And I was like,
well, this is fucking trash.
Yeah. I'm like, all right, well, I'm paying for this one, but we're switching to something else later on. Because
how fast are you down a draft? Honestly,
Um, during casual conversation, maybe one every half hour.
Let's do a party. What's your what's if you had like, hey, so everyone's like cheering you on, chug, 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 chug. Realistically, how fast can you do it?
Oh Jesus. It would be less than a minute for sure, but I'm not. I never timed it to the point of like trying to get it down to like 7.5 seconds. As soon as it comes out of the can, it's in my belly kind of thing.
So me and my brother, we are very much we like Beer Fest, the movie. October, yeah, Beer Fest, that's what it is. And we have been training to join America's team for beer drinking. So I am actually very fast at drinking beer. I'm not the fastest. I'm probably the weak link of the team, but I can definitely down it in a couple seconds.
Holy
just
crap!
straight down.
No, I can't do that. I can't do that. Nah.
I've talked about it on the stream before, but with my new career path, which I'm not going to talk a whole lot about, it came with a manager's dinner, and we all went and had sushi, totally paid by the company. I probably racked up like a $200 bar tab.
Beer tab.
Yeah, that they paid for it. And every time they'd give me beer, I would straight down it in front of like project executives, like my boss's boss's boss, and I'd freak them the fuck out.
Nice. Nice.
I blacked out that night, and I don't fucking remember much after a certain point.
Oh my god. You just reminded me of a Christmas party we once had when I accidentally texted my director the wrong message.
Explain. If you feel like
are we due for the embarrassing stories segment of the podcast?
I mean, I can't feel my cheeks, so that's probably a yes.
So yeah,
I feel like sharing. Don't think I'm pressuring you. If you want to share, share.
Oh no! I'm willing to share anything embarrassing. I just didn't think it flew. Like, hey, guys are all talking about beer, and suddenly this like awkward, embarrassing moment. It was really, really wonderful. Yeah. So this one particular year, there was a girl, we'll just call her Emma, who I very much fancied. We were very much together, and
nice.
We were some good vibes going on there.
Dipping the quill and company eat. Nice.
But she wasn't at the party that I was at. So I'm sitting there shooting the shit with my coworkers, and we're all drinking and having a good time. I am like completely blasted by the end of the evening, to the point where like we all decide, okay, it's time to wrap up and go, sort of thing. It's getting close to closing time, sort of thing. We stayed out like really late for a company party, like damn near pretty much closing time. And so we stumble out of there. And we're getting cabs called and everything like that, and my director's cab happens to be the first one that comes by. So he hops into that, and he wishes me a Merry Christmas, stuff like that. There's still a couple of guys who hadn't come out yet and stuff like that. So he left, and I'm like, throughout the evening, I'm like texting Emma, I'm flirting with her hard, and just just whatever, and like texting back and forth, and it's just all this like. So I got this undertone of this romantic little interlude going on there while the party's going on. And so I had texted her, and then I had answered I received a text from my director, who had just said, "Oh, hey, be sure to wish so and so and so and so a Merry Christmas, because I didn't get a chance to say goodbye to them." And he texted that to me, and so I replied back. Oh my god, it was so horrible. But I replied back, I just can't wait to kiss you. I thought I was talking to Emma, and oh my god.
Ian, how do you respond?
Wow, he responded. I would have to actually dive into the text to get the exact response. I was like, because instantly I knew my mistake, because I looked at my conversation with Emma and saw that I wasn't there, and I went over to my director, and I was like, oh my god. I was like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. That was for Emma. I'm so sorry. And he goes, oh, cool, man. Merry Christmas. And he never spoke of it again. Now, he'd never spoke of it again, but like, after the Christmas holidays, when we all came back from like January 1st and stuff like that, I was the first on the line saying, you wouldn't believe what I texted to the director. Yeah.
So I shared. At least for me, like when that instance that I talked about earlier happened, when I black out, I pretend like nothing fucking happened that night. I pretend like nothing happened.
I don't know what you're talking about, dude.
Like Harley, Boss Hog, you can't keep him accountable for fucking shit he does when he's blackout drunk. That's a different person. You can't, like, that's so different.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, luckily I didn't get HR'd for that one. He was a good sport about it. Yeah, he was okay with the mess up, but oh my god, it led to a lot of humor. For sure. I wrote that. I wrote that joke pretty hard for the next few months. So, did you kiss him yet? Yeah. Okay, I got it.
I mean, for a raise, there's a lot of things I'll do.
You know, I think it reached its high point when people started calling him Emma. It was just great. You come into the office and like, we can't wait to kiss you, Emma. And I was just like, oh my god, guys, come on.
So I'm like I'm 27. Yeah, to think about for a second. I'm 27. So I'm just now joining like my career field and getting into it. So I'm getting used to office life, and it's a little weird getting into. It seems like you've been to it a little longer than I have. I don't know. It's like we're getting interns, and people are coming in, people are rotating out, and I don't know. It feels like high school to a degree, and I feel like they probably prepare you for that, at least the social degree. But at the same time, I also feel like, okay, I am really good at reading people, so I'm going to keep reading people correctly.
Well, yeah, like this particular job, which I've been at for 7 years now, and I'm ancient, so I'm actually 20 years older than you. So
that's fine. You're cool as fuck.
Sorry?
You're cool as fuck.
Thank you. I try not to be boomer, but
okay, boomer.
Okay, boomer. But yeah, like I mean, corporate life I think varies from company to company, because I've heard some scary ass stories from other companies and I won't like name any names because I want to slander any other companies out there, but there are some like major corporations where people have come to us from and they're like, oh my god, you don't want to be there.
You hear horror stories, honestly, you really do.
Sorry?
You hear horror stories, horror stories, yes.
Yeah, there's horror stories and horror stories. I mean, just depends on which company you're working for. But
you have horror stories, let me know so I can report them and not add them to my dictionary.
All right. So the company that I work for, I lucked out because this is my first like corporate job. Like any other place I worked with was like a small business sort of thing, or I did contract work on my own sort of thing. So this is the first like corporate job, like $1 billion company sort of environment. And man, it is cool as shit. It really is. We have like everything down to a science. The benefits, the perks, the hiring diversity, which came about naturally, and I appreciate that. Like you hear a lot about like diversity quotas and things like that, and forced hires in order to fulfill those quotas and things like that. In our company, there is not a single person, there's not one person in my company that doesn't back up the job they do, regardless of their gender, their race, or anything else like that. They got the job because they're good at the job. Like it just
you got
happened to work out that we no, seriously, we have such an awesome company.
I am so fucking jealous because a lot of time with my job, not to get too far into it or anything, but fucking some guys, I'm like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yep.
It blows my mind thinking about I have these skills and you don't, but I feel like they were so easy to achieve. But like, what the fuck are you doing? What are you doing with your free time? What have you done up to this point that you do not have these basic fucking skills that I consider basic at least?
Mm-hmm. Exactly, right? Like, and you could spot that easily when it's like a forced diversity hire, where it's just like, no offense, dude, but like it's like it's obvious you're not qualified for the job, and that you were hired specifically for other reasons. Where we are trained. Now, I'm not a hiring manager myself, but I still have to take all the courses that the managers take and stuff like that. And so we get a lot of courses on things like unbiased conscious, basically the idea that your decision-making process can be influenced on an unconscious biased kind of approach, where you're biased, not really realizing that you're biased, but through these little examples and stuff like that. And our company has like a really firm stance of never, ever, ever hiring on the grounds of race or gender.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that completely avoids also the reversal racism. Don't hire a white guy because he's white, sort of thing.
Yeah,
it's anybody who's good for the job.
Looking at their fucking resume, just looking at resume. And
and And because of that, we have people from all over the world working for us. We have, I would say, a pretty much equal split, 50-50. If I were to really bounce it out gender-wise, again, I don't know everybody's gender identities, so it would be tough to like see if everybody is like, represented well, but it appears that way. It doesn't appear to be a discriminant. I think the only thing that has been a problem with the company is like the top 10 positions sort of thing are more male dominated than
I've seen that personally. Like I've seen people promote up into the company that I feel like were not specifically qualified for the job, but really just kissing ass. In all honesty,
yeah, I mean, I get it if like 10 out of the 10 people were men, but like 3 of them are women, and I mean, they deserve to be there, to be honest.
Yeah,
I mean,
if you feel like it's an uphill battle from there, but if there are women in that position, like fuck you are very qualified. Like if you consider a man being minimally qualified, or at least a little below that in that position, then a woman being in a position, she has to be also qualified in a position, and then also her natural sexual traits upon that.
Yeah, I think I think the company does a pretty good job of balancing out, because nobody's like sitting there saying, "Oh, who are you hiring over there? Oh, you got a guy over there? Okay, I'm gonna have to get a girl over here." Nobody does that. It's really the best person for the job, and we just find that we attract a lot of very talented people. So we have come, for the most part, we got a lot of pick and choosing. Although because of COVID and all the companies now recuperating from COVID, we suffer right now from headhunting. That's our biggest thing right now is headhunting. Like,
my company specifically has had minor issues with that, but it has come up a couple times with good talent being poached.
Right, and we've lost a lot of good talent, unfortunately. Just under the radar, like, oh, I'm gonna leave for this company. You didn't give us a chance to counteroffer. What the hell? Like
me specifically, like I wholeheartedly, like anyone I tell who wants to leave, I say, hey, greener pastures, dude. No hard feelings. Do what's best for you and your family.
Oh yeah, no, we rarely ever leave on bad terms. Rarely. Like the only time that we've left an employee on bad terms is when we let them in, not realizing that they might have like a perchance for violence or anything like that. And it may not have necessarily gotten through in the interviewing process and stuff like that, but like after seeing them like in the work environment, you're like, ooh, yeah, not quite comfortable with this fit on the safety scale. That's the only time where surprise dismissals would happen. Any other time, it's really the dismissals are always, and sorry, I don't want to, the partings, I'll say, rather than dismissals, because it's not always a dismissal, right? It's always on good terms. And we've actually had even people, leave and go, ooh, it wasn't as green over there as I thought it was, and come back.
Yeah, that's happened a couple times in my profession as well.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna move subject up a little bit because I try not to keep hung up in certain areas too long, because if someone's not interested in this topic, let's move along. Popcorn Jesus, how did you come across that name?
That's a story. I didn't. It was given to me.
By who? Jesus? By who? God?
Yes. God came down and said, "You are now the Jesus of popcorn." I mean, metaphorically, I guess that's still true, but God would be replaced with Pain Money Wubby. So let me get into this.
Pain Money Wubby, who's that? I'll wait. Tell your story first.
Yeah. So my username used to formerly be London Dude, which has gone through iterations, because it used to be LDN Dude, but then since it was a small L, people didn't know if it was an I or an L, so they call me the I don't know dude, which I thought was like, I was like, hey, I'm cool with that too.
Yeah, that connects. I like that, honestly.
I'm like, yeah, I'll be the I don't know dude.
Yeah,
I don't know.
That's fine as fuck, dude. What the fuck?
Yeah, I'm cool, right? Yeah, no problem.
Why do you have so many good fucking handles? What the fuck? I'm sick of buzz on.
So I did end up changing it for simplicity's sake to the full name, London Dude. And I stuck with that. It was a pretty dry, boring name, and it didn't really do much, but I was okay with it. And I ran with that for a couple of years. And then one day, after a very frustrating weekend, I don't know if you want me to get into the weekend, because that's a whole story in itself. But
let's finish the story, and then you can afterwards.
Yeah. All right. So the summary of that weekend is I spent $600 on wooing someone, and it was a complete
Ooh,
disaster. She
ooh,
was in 2 days. 2 days,
ooh.
$600. Yeah, $600. And I think the point that you know everything was going like on the last night there on the Sunday night. Everything was going
Mhm.
well. We were like eating and drinking, and everything was
Yeah.
great. And then she got too drunk, and I was like,
Eee.
oh. So we had plans throughout the day to continue the evening in a different direction.
Yeah.
I'm going to be totally honest; it was going in a sexual direction. But
Ooh.
she said, I'm drunk. I'm not feeling well. I want to go home. And I'm like, okay, no problem.
You gotta strike the
So we
shit out
go
of it.
and we
Yeah.
grab a cab to go take her home. And I had a hotel reserved and everything like that, else like that, because we were like not in the city. And oh my God. So we get in the cab and we start driving to her location. And to do that, we have to pass by downtown. And when we get
Mm-hmm.
to downtown, there was a live band playing at a bar, and suddenly she wasn't sick anymore. She got out of the cab and like because we were stopped at a red light, and she got out of the cab at this red light and said, "Oh, I want to hear this band," and then she rushed into the shop. And after like $600 of
Eee.
buying her food, her hotel, her like everything, I felt defeated at this point. I was just like, I'm not into this anymore. So I paid for the cab. I walked into the bar. I had some cash in my hand.
Mm-hmm.
I gave her enough cash to get home on her own. I said, "It's up to you to find your own way home. Here's for the cab. I'm out. See you later."
Fuck
And
you. Get out of here,
yeah,
bitch.
I was like, I was done. I was like, "There's no way, right?" So I, as it happens, the cab that we had come in hadn't gone too far, so he was just sitting around waiting for his next fare. So I just grabbed him and I went home.
Nice.
So I know she ended up getting home safe and sound because I did have a Bluetooth speaker that was left with her, and I had to meet up with her later on to go get that. But aside from that, so I
Hey,
know
you're
she
still
was.
alive. Here's, please give me
Yeah,
back my Bluetooth speaker, please.
yeah. I still want that back. It's just, sorry, but you don't get to keep that. It's a JBL. You're not keeping my fucking JBL.
This thing's
Um,
expensive. More
but
expensive than you, stupid. Mm.
right.
Oh.
So yeah, I know. I was upset about feeling used, and it was just like, really, you were sick, but now you suddenly want to party again, and then what? Once this is done, you're gonna want to go back home.
Did she
And
throw
I
up?
I never feel no, she didn't.
Oh.
Um
Mm.
I never at any point in time ever feel like when I'm spending money and things like that, I'm not the kind of person that goes, "Oh, you owe me sex." No, if you want to go home,
Yeah.
go home. You don't even have to say you're sick. You could just say, "I don't want to do this." Go
Yeah,
home.
that's
That's
that's fine.
fine.
Yeah. But like to
But
keep leading you on like that's pretty fucked. Like honestly.
yeah. And it's like just end the night. You could have just ended the night, and then we would have been on good terms still. But
Did you have another
so
date?
I ended up. Sorry, what was the question?
Did you have another date after that? Or not?
No. We only met one more time, and that's to pick up my Bluetooth speaker. But
Oh.
we never spoke again.
Pass.
We
Fuck
were
that
just like,
bitch.
no.
Pass.
Which is a shame because, like, quite honestly, your viewers don't know this, but I'm not on I'm below average on the attractive scale. So
No,
to
that's a lie. You are very
to
attractive. Don't say that to yourself.
I know
Respect
I'm
yourself, King. You are very attractive.
Tinder would disagree with you, but it's but it was really weird because like I met her while I was doing karaoke on a Friday, and she fell in
Yeah.
love with me doing Comfortably Numb on stage,
Okay,
and
yeah.
that's where the whole thing kicked off. And it was a Friday to Sunday experience, and like the first night, so she like on the first night she started hitting on me like mad because of my singing, and I mean she was cute, like really cute, like way out of my league cute, and I was like, oh my God, I'm like hugely flattered that someone that attractive was interested in me.
Yeah.
And so we ended up getting a hotel that night.
Okay,
I
yeah.
think that's where like a fair chunk of the 600 came from. That was at least like $200 right
Fuck
there.
yeah, fucking no
And
hotels on mine.
so
It's
we,
like fucking $300.
right, so we go to the hotel, and she's like, "Okay, I'm gonna go take a shower, and then you take a shower." I'm like, "Okay." So,
Why
so
not
she
do
went
it
in, she took a
together?
shower, and she came back out, and I went to go in to take a shower, and when I came back out, she was passed out on the bed. So I
Uh,
wrapped her up in a blanket, and I used like basically like what's left over of the sheet to try to keep myself warm. But
I respect the shit out of you, King. Like I honestly do. Popcorn Jesus, I love the shit out of you for that alone. That's fucking that's classy. That's classy, and I respect the shit out of that.
It's funny because a lot of people think of the great debate being do I take advantage or do I not? And my debate was actually completely different. I was actually texting a friend before I went to sleep. I was like, okay, so here's my situation. I got someone I don't know in the bed beside me in a hotel. She needs to get up at 6. I really don't want to be here, but if I leave, then there's not going to be anyone here to wake her up at 6.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if the hotel will call her and wake her up at 6, or if I should just stay and wake her up. It's like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. So I just ended up setting my alarm for 6, and I made sure that she got up and that she was on her way. But she was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry about passing out last night. Do you want to get together today after I'm done?" She was dog sitting, apparently. So she's like, "Do you want to get together after I'm done dog sitting?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." So we got together and we had more food and drink, and she went home that night. And then the Sunday night was when we were planning on having so I paid for another hotel in advance.
Ooh.
And we spent the whole day together. We had shopping and eating and drinking, and this is how I racked up like $600. And then at the end of all this, she was like, "Oh, I want to go home because I'm sick." And I'm like, "Okay, no problem." And we go to take her home, and she's like, "Oh, party mood again," and rushed off to a party. I'm like, "Nah, I'm done."
There's so like even your story, dude. There's so many red flags. Pass.
Yeah, I'm out at this point. I'm not going to keep on doing this. I mean, I can afford to do it, but I'm not gonna.
Yeah,
right. Like, it's just a certain point where you're just like, no, I'm just being used for money here. So
yeah,
I'm just used to fund your good time and have fun finding somebody else is going to do that because I'm out. So I went home, and you know what? I was actually, funny enough, I was actually going to go, no, fuck it. You know what? I'm going to go to the hotel and use the hotel myself. I paid for it.
You paid for it. Might as well
have that day. May as well have that day away from home experience and whatnot. And I was like, okay, I'm going to enjoy it. But I was so angry by the outcome of the evening that I was like, nah, screw the hotel. I don't care if I lose the money on it. And so I came straight home because like the hotel had didn't have something that home had, which was more alcohol. So I came home. So
that's your mistake. You should have supposed to the liquor store.
Yeah, and because I happened to come home, which I was not expected to even be home at that point, I had I threw on my stream and grabbed a bottle of wine, which was fitting for the new nickname.
Fuck, I love wine, dude.
What was that?
I fucking love wine.
Oh, I've got 30 bottles of strawberry wine.
Let's finish the story. We can talk about wine afterwards.
Yeah. I mean, this is like one of those brew your own. Well, I mean, they brew it for you, but you go in and you bottle it and label it and stuff like that and seal it and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I bought a batch of strawberry wine, and I thought it was going to be like some cheap ass, like it's not going to compare to the stuff in the stores. No, it's really good.
It's dry.
It tastes wonderful, and it knocks you on your ass so easily. I'm just like, it's like 7 or 8%. It's like, whoo, so nice. But I got back home. I opened up a bottle of wine, and I'm drinking away while talking to my 4 viewers, and I'm ranting about the weekend. I'm like, guys,
this shit fucking sucks.
I am just angry and dripping with this all. You wouldn't believe the weekend I had, guys. And I'm going on, right? And then suddenly, out of the blue, unexpected, oh my God. Pay Money Wubby is a YouTube/Twitch streamer. He has some amazingly incredible videos on YouTube. He keeps an amazing audience on Twitch, like over 25,000 monthly subscribers. Blah blah blah. He's pretty popular. Pay Money Wubby is really big on Twitch and on YouTube and makes a lot from it.
I've heard the name, but I have not checked out the content personally.
Well, some of the things that really made Pay Money Wubby popular was like he would do expose videos on, those animal rescue videos, like, oh, this dog is trapped and it's helpless, and then
Charmed.
This organization goes and they rescue the animal and blah 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 blah. Well, he noticed that, like, hey, wait a second, I recognize the spots on that dog. It was in like 3 videos so far. They were like faking animals being in danger and rescuing them from these various situations and raising money for it and stuff like that. And he exposed it.
Are you Are you ready to badmouth PETA? Because I am fucking ready, dude.
No. It wasn't PETA. It was some animal rescue organization from another country,
Mhm.
and they were really abusing the whole concept of the charity,
That
and he
breaks my
called them
heart.
out on it. He didn't directly implicate because he's not allowed to,
Mm-hmm.
but he just went with the whole highly suspicious, huh? Sort
Sus!
of routine,
Sus as fuck,
you know.
dude.
And yeah, and the other expose, the one that really got him popular was and this is a very uncomfortable topic, so I'm gonna keep this as light as possible.
Yep.
I
I mean, you can say
really
what you want,
don't.
man.
Yeah, I've been drinking a lot, so I really don't want to throw up.
Ooh.
So I don't want to like delve deep into this. But there
Yep.
was a 12-year-old girl on YouTube that was doing like ASMR, and in the initial videos it was fine. It was her like playing with Play-Doh, or like, I'm
Yeah.
eating, so I'm going to do the whole ASMR thing.
Yeah.
But then, because of the audience that she was generating, which was not a good audience at all, I think we all know what we're talking about here.
ASMR is creepy as shit. First of
Her,
all, that's what I'll say. I
yeah,
personally don't see
so
it. I don't like. I guess I can openly say this on my podcast. I have intimacy issues. So I don't like people being close to me. So
okay, fair
yeah,
enough,
fucking
fair enough.
ASMR is so fucking foreign to me. I don't like that at all.
So there is there I'm not into the ASMR, like listening to people eating or
Hmm.
anything like that, but there are particular individuals that I could listen to them talk forever, because I'm just like, oh my god, your voice is so soothing, please keep talking. I have a coworker like that. I love meeting up with her because I'm just like, you just make my day happy. You just like bursting out positivity, and I don't even think you realize it, and it makes my day better, and it really, so there are certain people I will. We even have this one guy in our Discord. We just went by the nickname Bird, and he sounded like
Hey, shout out to Bird.
Corpse. He sounded like Corpse husband.
Whoa, fuck.
He
That's
had like
okay. Yep.
fucking deep
I,
ass little bass voice, and I'm like, dude, just say
Happy.
anything. I don't care what you say. Just say
Next time he's
anything.
on, at me. I'm in.
Oh, he hasn't hung out in that channel in so long, but
Lame.
I'll see if I can reach out to him. But oh my god, he's got like corpse bride or corpse husband voice,
Yeah.
and just fucking amazingly low. And I'm like, are you sure you're not like you want to like say he's using a voice mod, but it's so crystal clear and it's not distorted in any way. It sounds like a very natural pitch. So I'm like, nah, I'm pretty sure that's his voice. But there are certain voices like on that level on ASMR I'm okay with, but I don't have any particular audio or auditory sounds that please me.
Hmm.
Like ooh, the sound of rubbing your fingers across felt. Nah, it doesn't do anything for me.
Yeah, say for
Um,
me it comes out to intimacy issue. I don't like people being close to me, so that's why I don't really like someone whispering in my ear. I don't like sounds coming that close.
yeah,
That's what like
yeah,
it's like, bruh, give me some space.
and that was the problem with this like 12-year-old. This 12-year-old was now starting to do more suggestive ASMR,
Define subjective.
some very borderline
Subjective.
flirty ASMR, and she was making like 30K a month. Of course, the
I
mother's
mean,
like,
that's
"Huh,
some good fucking money.
kid's
Like,
making 30K a month,
woo!
right?" But it
Yeah.
was now I didn't see the worst of it, because like, so what Pay Money Wubby showed on his videos was like he went through it all, and he only showed us like the safer parts, and I'm glad that
Yeah.
he did that, because like even the safer parts was enough for me to go, nah, dude, nah,
Pass.
not working
Pass.
for me. Let's not do this. And but these videos that he would do on YouTube, like, because he exposed the exploitation of this kid, his channel blew up. And of course the kid doesn't do, as far as I know, the kid doesn't do ASMR anymore.
Yeah.
And hopefully the parents like fucking like retracted that shit pretty quickly, because it was getting uncomfortable, like seriously uncomfortable. Like, oh no, this.
You have possibly pedophiles in your fucking comment
Oh no,
section.
no,
Pass.
definite from the comments that they left. Yeah, no, there was
Yee.
definite, right? And like
Shame.
she would. So just a brief minor kind of chill down the spine example. There's one video where she dresses up as like a police officer, and she pulls over this car, and then, of course the camera person is in the car, and she'd lean over and she'd be like, "Give you a chance."
Fuck, I don't like that
You
when you
know,
do that, dude.
I don't even like it when I do it, let alone anybody else. But
Whoa.
yeah, and it was just like it was so fucking creepy. I'm just like that was the one you pay money wubby video I couldn't finish watching. I was like, no,
Pass.
I'm good. No, this
Pass.
is way too like. I mean, I'll watch any horror movie you show in front of me, but this is fucking
Yeah,
beyond.
it's like it's on two levels, especially for me, especially. Fuck, I'm drunk, dude. Especially for
Yeah, me
me.
too. Me too.
It's someone being close to me and it's saying something that I think is necessarily uncomfortable to say out loud. So both of those things together is like, fuck, get the fuck away from me, stop.
Yeah, exactly. Right. So like I couldn't get through all of the video, but I could see why it went viral and why he built
Yeah,
an
I
audience
can
and
definitely understand that. It's like what
why
not like
he
for me, it's for someone else. Like, whoa, you know.
and I'm happy he did it because if it put an end to it, then good. It deserves the expose it takes to put an end to it
It
because
deserves the attention, wholeheartedly.
yeah, oh
Fuck.
yeah. Yeah, like he was not promoting it in any sense of the imagination, and I think there was enough response from the community that they were like, yeah, we probably shouldn't exploit our daughter this way. Really? Okay. I mean, I get it. 30 grand is a lot. Your kid's bringing in
It's a
30
lot of
grand a
money,
month,
yeah, and
but
they like it's
but
expressing
at
their
the end of the
creativity, but
day, what are
fuck.
you getting your kid to fucking do? I mean,
Yeah.
like sure, there are worse things that you can do, but this is still bad. This still doesn't count as good. So let's why couldn't they had just stuck to Play-Doh and fucking
But even that
eating
has like
craft
additional
dinner?
consequences to it. But like I like that children are expressing themselves on internet. I like
Mhm.
that. It feels like it's a very open experience that they can express themselves openly on the internet in terms
I
of
agree.
content creation.
Hmm.
But at terms like I definitely believe that all comments should be cut off from that. That is very unhealthy for them. Because
Well,
like
I
for
think
me
I think
personally, I am you are as well. You told me earlier. I am an older person who has been on the internet for a long period of time, so I knew what it was like in the early eras. That like, hey, it's very volatile.
yeah, oh, it is, and it's a hit and miss with the audience, right? If you've got the right supportive audience, then by all means, leave comments on. Like there was this one kid, he's literally, sorry, there's two kids that I followed. One was a kid that did marble racing,
Yeah, that's pretty
and I
cool.
loved it, man.
Yeah,
He had
I
like
love marble racing. That's fucking
he,
cool.
he he would set up these elaborate tracks and he would like have like 100 marbles that would all compete against each other and stuff like that. We were all waiting to see who would freaking win. Like,
Yeah,
oh my god, he would have championships all the time.
yeah,
And his community was very supportive. They were
yeah.
like, yeah, right. Oh, I was rooting for the red one. Why did the red one win? And just going on with all this, right? Like they were all supportive and like he was really, really getting a good audience. And that's a nice, healthy environment for a kid to be in. And there was another one. I'm trying to remember. It was this boy who he had cancer, and he used to do
Mm.
drawings for YouTube. He would draw various pictures. The entire like it hit Reddit, and then Reddit, of course, just exploded his channel.
Yeah.
Like, we were just like so supportive, and I think that went on for about 6 to 8 months until he passed. His
Oh.
dad now runs the channel, but we loved his artwork. We loved like we supported him. We were so and that's the kind of environment you want to foster for kids. But you're right, it's so volatile, it's so hit and miss because like as soon as you, oh my god, like I don't know how this girl, like I don't know it. I don't know the girl's name. I don't know like her Twitter YouTube channel. I don't know anything about her. I just know at the start of it, it was all like I'm
Hmm.
playing with dolls and blah 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 blah, and this is me eating macaroni, nom 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 nom, and things like very light, innocent kid things, and
Yeah.
then it took this downward trend, and that's what he exposed, and that downward trend is what
Mm.
drew this horrid audience, and um, I mean, I don't think any actual uh I don't think any actual encounters happened with her, which is great.
Yeah.
But I can't help but think of oh, my friend Alex introduced me to this one YouTuber. She was a teenage girl, brilliant singer, and I can't remember her name right now. But like she within 1 year she went from doing YouTube videos of her singing to like doing her first concert and doing her first meet and greet, and
Hmm.
then somebody went to the fucking meet and greet and shot and killed her, and I'm just like,
Oh, that breaks
holy
that,
fuck.
brother. That breaks my fucking heart.
Right?
Well, personally, me for how I perceive the internet, I really like the internet as a sort of wild west where anything goes, but specifically social norms still be imposed.
Yeah,
I
I
like
agree.
children getting exposed to the internet, but not all
Yeah.
the darker sides of the exposed. Like just a little light side. Like, hey, if you put too much out here, you're gonna get fucked over. That's pretty much what I like
Yeah,
because
yeah,
that's
you
how
have
I
to.
experienced personally because I've been making YouTube videos fucking 2010, dude. And
Yeah,
I've got a lot, I can only be called the F word so many times before it starts breaking my heart.
right. Exactly, exactly. Like it's tough, but it needs to be controlled by the audience, that like the community that you want to build.
Yeah.
There's this girl on Facebook that I know of, and to be, she's an adult woman,
Mm-hmm.
and she's very voluptuous, and
Okay.
you would expect that her comment section
Yeah.
is full of nice tits, baby. Hey, show us your tits, baby. Not one single person. You will not find a comment like that. You will
Mm,
not find a comment like that
that's
because
odd.
all the guys that are in her community have learned from the guys that did do that. They got instantly banned and booted. Oh wait, if I do that, then I get banned and booted, and I don't get to see any more pictures. So I'm not going to do that. She has the most well-behaved community, most respectful community. I
That's
mean,
extremely odd.
they all know why we're there. You
Yeah.
know, it's not eliminating the whole objectification thing. But yeah, she happens to be a friend of mine, and I get amused by her audience, but she does such an amazing job at keeping them in line. I'm like, and it's needed, right? Like she it's
You
gotten to
need
the
that
point where
line. You need that line in the fucking sand for someone to
yeah,
say, like, you can't cross this, dude, or you're out.
yeah, absolutely. And she doesn't, like in the beginning, yeah, I remember when she used to have to boot people out right, left, and center, but those who stayed knew the rules.
Yeah, you
And
got to
then that
refine
grew.
from that point. You
So
refine your community.
somebody gets banned now once every like 6 months. Like she's got it down tight, and I'm like, oh my god, you're just
That's extreme.
and
Like, from a
she's
content creator, that's extremely impressive. That's impressive as a content creator.
what's impressive as a content creator is the money that she makes from it, and not one single nude. I'm like, oh my god, that's
No.
brilliant.
Yeah.
Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. I don't know how you're doing it, but good on you. Because like at this point, everybody else is like, "Oh, I'm OnlyFans, nude," and there's nothing against it. I don't want to like trash talk anybody who's on OnlyFans. By all means,
Yeah.
you do what you want to do. That's okay. Um, but the fact that she can make so much money and not do it is just that much of a plus. Like, I mean, you
Yeah,
ask
I
anybody
mean,
on
okay, so
OnlyFans,
let's transition a little here. Let's go at a big name here because it's the largest indicator of what you're describing. Belle Delphine. She made a fuck ton of money just doing lewds, not necessarily nudes. But once she
mhm,
started doing nudes, when she did that, released a sex tape like 2021 or so, if I remember
yeah,
correctly, her subscriptions dipped off because she
mhm.
knew she was very aware of that. But once she started starting nude content, that like, hey, these people aren't going to sit around anymore.
Yeah, I've already seen it, so I don't need to keep on paying, sort of thing.
Nice.
Yeah, she kept the 10. You know what? Say what you want about Belle Delphine, but she's a marketing fucking genius.
Have
She
you listened to
really
some of like
is.
the stuff she's talked about? Like mentally, she is in the right fucking place, and that's extremely like a professional to me as a content creator. Like I understand
Yeah.
she's selling her body, but she's also selling so much more than that, and that's impressive, honestly.
Yeah, and I have nothing against anybody selling their body. If I could,
Yeah,
I would.
I have
I would.
OnlyFans.
I totally would. I'd be like, what? I can make more money here showing off my body than I mean, even Markiplier did he's doing tasteful nudes.
Yeah, dude,
He's doing
I would fucking
yeah,
buy so many of Markiplier's tasteful nudes. Like,
but
bet.
but he I mean he
I
he set an agreement. He was like, if you guys make this podcast number one and that podcast number one and this podcast number one on iTunes and here and there, if you guys manage to do that, I will do tasteful nudes on OnlyFans. And they
he's
did
just
it.
a
And
genuine
so,
person, though. That's
I'm
what's
like,
that's the weird part. I
mhm.
love Markiplier. I'll say that openly.
Oh my god, Markiplier's awesome. Seriously, like if I could have one YouTuber pop into my. If I could game with one YouTuber, it would be Markiplier.
Yeah.
Sorry, PewDiePie. Love you, but
sorry, it's
Markiplier.
Markiplier all the way.
Gotta do Markiplier. Like, I don't mind PewDiePie. I was a huge PewDiePie supporter from the beginning.
Yeah.
You know, before he started getting into the Loi and all that, but Markiplier has kept me engaged through and through with his three scary games.
Like lit out consistent content of the same degree.
Yeah. If I could say something to Markiplier, tell your editor to ease off the special effects. Really, it's
let's add Markiplier right now.
I realize that you're paying them a lot of money to do the editing and stuff like that, but seriously, it's getting annoying. Let's just go back to Markiplier because
honestly, I haven't been watching it recently. I've dipped out a little bit. Like, what do you think about current Markiplier?
It's just that sometimes it gets a little too much when I'm just like, I get what you're going for, and maybe his audience needs that. Maybe he's just rolling with the trends, and maybe the advice I'm giving is bad. But I remember the old Markiplier videos when he didn't do that, and I was just like, that's what I enjoyed.
Yeah, it did.
Just him and his voice. And
what is it called? What's the game? Shit. What's you're in space and there's necrophoids. What the fuck is that game called?
That wasn't Dead Space.
It is Dead Space. Yeah. Fuck.
Was it Dead Space?
Yeah.
Dead Space 2?
Yeah, Dead Space. Markiplier. Hell yeah, I remember.
Oh my god.
That was some of the earliest content that I remember watching of Markiplier.
Oh, for me, I got addicted to his. He would like play a whole bunch of indie scary games, and I'd just be like, the moment he would play them, I'd like, So apologies to Markiplier, but you only got like partial video views from me because you'd like start playing a game, and I'm like, okay, I don't want to see the rest of this game because I want to play it, and then I go and play it.
Got to be spoiled.
Yeah, exactly. And then usually I'll end up going back to it and finish watching the video, but I think there's some videos left undone. But yeah, so
okay, Five Nights at Freddy's. That's when I really popped off with him. I want to see him play every Five Nights at Freddy's, be the fucking king.
Right?
I was in 100% bet.
But I love seeing him play with friends now, and that's something that he's been doing a lot lately. And I'm just like, how can I be one of those friends? Please don't, Markiplier.
Honestly,
please.
I don't know. I don't know if it's for me, my content creation personally. I don't know. I've had difficulty reaching out to other people. So honestly, you're one of the first people I've honestly reached out to make content with. But I had difficulty connecting to that personally. I liked the individual one-on-one.
I do as well when it comes to things like this, for sure. But I enjoy when he does the multiplayer games and some of the jokes that he says with.
No, definitely, it's good content, but it's not quite as good for me personally than what it is one-on-one.
Oh yeah, if you try to do a podcast with like 3 or 4 people, that could get pretty hectic pretty quickly.
Yeah.
I mean, just the 2 of us, we already went like way off topic. There's listeners right now going, so how did he get his name? How did he get Popcorn Jesus? And we totally.
I mean, that's Drunken Degenerates. That's kind of what it's all about.
That's what we do.
We are introducing the world to what we believe to be Popcorn Jesus. This is the real fucking person behind everything he fucking says.
Oh my god, you made spit out my drink.
Pussy. Dude, I can't feel my fucking cheeks. I talked about my drink earlier in the podcast, but I'm currently drinking probably about 50% vodka, 50% Powerade Zero because I'm trying to
Oh my god, that's a hell of a drink. Oh my god.
So
that reminds me of like the best worst drink I ever had. I was a teenager.
I want to hear about it. Tell me.
Late teens, I'll just say legal age. And
yeah.
And a friend of mine was throwing a house party. And
nice.
My teen years weren't great. They were very dark and depressing.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I had a lot of tragedy in my teen years, but this particular house party. So I'm sitting there. You gotta imagine, like, I was a completely different person back then. Very introverted, very antisocial, etc., etc. So I'm why are you at a house party if you're so antisocial? But anyway, so I'm at this house party and I'm like sitting in the dark in the living room, and I'm just sitting by myself. I'm not talking to anybody at the party, and just like my overall morose, depressed self. And this guy walks by. I had met him like once or twice before, but I didn't really know him. I just knew him as Bob. Everyone knew him as Bob.
Mm-hmm.
And he walked by and he glanced for a second because he was like, did I, because I'm in the dark, and it's like, am I seeing a person there, sort of thing. Bob was he was a Viking. He was a Viking. He had a fucking Viking look to him. He had a Viking build. He had like long hair. He's
Straight
a
up,
Viking.
he's a fucking Viking.
He was just a Viking. Like, holy fuck, he could go to battle at any second, man. He's Bob has since passed away, and I'm sure he's up in Valhalla right now.
Yeah,
just rocking it.
Let's take a moment of silence for Bob right now.
He's I'm gonna drink one for Bob. Bob,
yeah, I will too.
Here's
everyone who else is drinking who's the legal age. Let's drink one for Bob right fucking now.
Mm-hmm. Here's to Bob. Bob is an amazing fellow.
Bob.
And Bob ended up becoming a best friend for life. But it all started at this party where he saw me in the living room and he paused. And he looked at me and he went, "Someone there?"
What?
And I said, "Yeah, if you're talking to me." And he goes, "Yeah, we're not having any of this." And he says, "Come here." I was like, "What the fuck?" And I actually wasn't sure if he was gonna like hit me or what. He was just like, "We're not having any of this. You come here." So I got up and I went with him to the kitchen. He says, "I'm gonna make you a Bob's fuzzy ass." And he took like a 7-Eleven super big gulp cup that happened to be sitting there. And there was a BYOB party, and everyone had like brought alcohol and they stuck it in the kitchen. And he started pouring. I actually have it in one of my journals. It's called the Bob's Fuzzy Ass. And I wrote down every alcohol that people had brought that he poured into this drink. He just this massive swamp water of everything that everybody brought. Dude. Oh my god, there was no mix. There was just alcohol. Straight everything. It was alcohol. I had 2 of these that evening. Okay, first I got to say it was the best damn drink I ever had.
Yeah.
Second thing I got to say is it's the worst damn drink I ever had. It knocked me on my ass so fucking hard. I was done. I was so done, dude. I have never been so. That was like blackout drunk kind of drunk. And and ever since then, Bob and I became like excellent friends. And no, he was an amazing guy. Amazing guy. He was super intelligent, strong as fuck.
Yeah.
Really kind of the perfect person, really. I can't find a single fault or criticism in him.
Oh, let's speak to Bob one more time before we can finish story. That's like a fucking Chad.
Yeah, no, he's to Bob.
Popcorn, I'm gonna be honest with you, the walls are currently fucking melting, so
all right, well then we should probably get back to the nickname story then.
Yep.
Yeah, all right. So there I am. I'm streaming.
Yeah.
I'm ranting about my horrible weekend, spending all this money trying to woo a girl, and she found out she was just using me. And so I'm ranting to my audience of like 4 people, and all of a sudden, out of the blue, Pay Money Wubby has this tradition. When he ends his stream, he goes and he raids some small-time streamer.
Yeah.
And he happened to pick me that night.
Yeah.
That fateful night that I wasn't even supposed to be home. And so while I'm ranting to my 4 people, it suddenly turned into 4,000 people.
Oh.
4,000 fucking people all of a sudden watching me. I'm just like, oh, what the hell? You gotta remember,
dude,
I was drunker than I am now.
Yeah, I've been in those positions before where it's like I get rated by 200 to 300 guys, and like I fumble. I know I fumble. Like that's pretty fucked. Like I realize, like, hey, I do not have the skills that higher streamers have.
Yeah, I was too intoxicated to even articulate that. I was just like, okay, so we have 4,000 people here. That's welcome. And the thing is that Pay Money Wubby's audience has this ritual. I don't know where it stemmed from. I don't know the etymology behind it, but when they raid someone, the first thing they do is they demand that the streamer show them their microwave. I don't know why.
Demand
but Yeah, so all of a sudden I got 4,000 people saying, "Show us your microwave, show us your microwave, show us your microwave," and it's like just flooding my fucking chat with "Show us your microwave." And I know that other streamers are like, "Oh my god, these are bots," and started banning people. and I didn't do that though. I was just like, "There's no way that a bot is just going to say, 'Show us your microwave.'"
Yeah.
But um, I just looked at them and I had like a shitty ass camera back then and everything
Yeah.
else like that, and I was like, "Guys, I am like." Way too intoxicated to bring my microwave upstairs. I can't do it. But I do have my popcorn machine here in my studio because like I fucking master making popcorn. And they were all of a sudden the message just changed. Show us your popcorn machine. Show us your popcorn machine. So I was like, all right, well, I'll show you it. And so I did. I showed them my popcorn machine and I made them a batch of popcorn while I was at it and showed them a special secret, which isn't really a secret, and on how to make the perfect popcorn.
What's the secret?
Sorry?
What's the secret?
So you melt it with Nativa coconut oil with butter flavoring, and you use just depending on the amount that you're making. So if you're making like a quarter cup of popcorn, you use a quarter teaspoon of flavicol, and you just spread it into the coconut oil as it's melting. And then once you throw your popcorn in, it'll come out fucking beautifully, better than a movie theater. It's amazing.
You've heard it here first from Popcorn Jesus how to make the perfect popcorn.
Oh my god, it's so good. I will
please continue your story. I thought I had to ask.
No, seriously, it's 2 ingredients, fucking cheap as hell. It's the cheapest snack you'll ever fucking pay for, because like flavicol is about $10 for a milk carton that's about a liter. Like it comes in a milk carton that's a 1 liter milk carton.
Yeah,
and you only use like a quarter teaspoon for it. It's like it'll last you forever. The Nativa coconut oil, it's about $10 or $11, but again, you're only shaving off like about a teaspoon's worth of coconut oil with butter flavoring. And so again, you can supply like a good 50 batches with the $10. Like you really can't get any cheaper of a snack. It's incredible, but it's such a good thing. And so because of that, they hailed me as Popcorn Jesus, and it actually went a little further than that, because Pay Money Webby, as it happens, was coming to a town near my area.
Mm-hmm.
He had a low-key event where he only invited like 100 people, and his crowd, it was funny. It was so awesome. I subscribed to Pay Money Wubby, and I got to be part of his Discord, and I was reading the comments as they were watching my stream and they were listening to me rant about my weekend, and they were like, is this story gonna end up with like a dead body in his trunk? Like I'm worried about this guy, sort of thing.
Of course, whoa, he's an odd guy.
Oh my god, it was so funny. It really, really was. But yeah, they were listening to my rants, and because of the $600 weekend that I lost, they actually felt bad about that, and they started donating like mad.
Oh my god, dude!
Just donations coming in right, left, and center. And I saw this coming in. I was like, no, guys, hold on. Before you donate, don't like. This is a lesson learned for me. I need to pay for this mistake. Don't pay for it for me. Yeah. I need to pay for this mistake.
You're not like, oh no, I paid this much money. It's like, fuck, I paid this much money.
I don't want you to.
Let me learn from this.
Yeah, don't replenish my $600 so that I don't learn a lesson from this. Like seriously, I have to ask you to stop. But by that point, they had already given me like $250, and like in the span of minutes. In a minute, there's just like 250 right there, and I was like, okay, guys, because you already donated this amount, I'm gonna go out and get a better webcam, because I know you're all complaining about me having a potato cam, and I did. I ended up getting the Logitech C920.
Yeah, and I'm currently working with the fucking Walmart fucking whatever fucking cam for $20.
I should send you a C920. I have a couple of them here.
Yeah, I got a Yeti mic, but I'm working with a fucking Walmart video.
Yeah. I don't think the C920 is as great as they hyped it up to be. The colors are off and things like that, but as far as clarity goes, it's good enough. It stops it from being potato cam, which is great.
I don't mean to cut you off on that story. I just thought I'd mention that real quick. So please continue your story.
But yeah, let's talk later on because I actually do have a couple of 9C20s that I picked up at an auction. So
Real.
or C920s. Yeah. I got like 4 of them here. I used one for my Halloween stream where I did like so I got one on me and one on the Ouija board that I have here, and I think I got a couple more. So, but yeah, so there was this like low key event that was happening in a nearby city, and their audience asked him, the people that were invited to this thing, they asked him in private. They're like, "Can we invite Popcorn Jesus to go? Can we invite Popcorn?" And he went, "Yeah, sure, invite him along." Well, and of course, I just yanked the headset out of my Blue Yeti. There we go.
Yeah.
Plugged it back in. Managed to do that while intoxicated. That's pretty good.
Ooh.
So, at least it was just the headset, not the actual microphone itself.
Yeah.
So he agreed. He was like, "Yeah, sure, go ahead." And dude, I tell you, it was one of the best events of my life. One of the best events. I went to that city. I went to the gamer cafe that they were holding it in. Sure, it was only supposed to be 100 people, but whoopsie, word kind of got it was a little more than 100 people. But it was amazing because I walked in and everybody that was there was also part of the raid that happened. So everybody knew who I was. For one day, I felt like Pay Money Wubby.
You feel like a fucking Chad. Like you feel Chad as fuck. Like, whoa.
It was amazing. It was like being a celebrity for a day. It was fucking amazing. Everybody knew who I was. And when Pay Money Wubby had too much of a crowd hanging around him, I those people who couldn't get near Pay Money Wubby was hanging around me. And so we had this like dual escalation thing happening. It was brilliant. I met so many wonderful people there. And of course I got to meet Pay Money Wubby and got to hang out with him. And they've got some photo ops and things like that. It was the most brilliant event I've ever been to. And
that's awesome, man.
Oh my god, I can't.
Fucking badass. Like I love cons and I love meetups, and like that just sounds great. I'm wholeheartedly grateful that you got to experience that. That's grateful. That's awesome.
I'm very thankful that he said yes to that because I know there was a bit of iffiness there. I was like, I don't know. That guy's ranting about a weekend here. I don't know if I trust him, but
hey man, it's whatever it takes. I understand that the realistic. I also make content. If you didn't know, anything that whatever gains views, whatever gains traction, whatever gains whatever is trending at that time. So I have personally posted more than what I had liked to on a daily basis just to try and get enough traction to get me going. So do you be invited to that sort of thing? Like that's awesome. I love it.
Well, I appreciate the effort that you're putting into it because, like, to be honest, I lost the gusto. I stream and whoever shows up shows up. I haven't put any marketing into it or anything like that.
Well, I love your streams. I honestly do. I haven't been as constant as I once was, but just sitting there watching you do karaoke, that's fucking great, brother. Like I will promote you for the rest of my days, and I wholeheartedly believe that.
Well, you're super awesome, man. You're super awesome. I think your podcast is going to go far. I think the more I think as the community grows and you set the expectations. I mean, you control the tone of the community, right? And everything that you put into it will become a direct reflection of it. And
it's just two guys fucking around. That's what the podcast is. It's just fucking around, shooting the shit, drinking some beer, and fucking just joking. Like people get to know who I am from your community, and people get to know who you are from my community. And I honestly love to get to know Popcorn Jesus just a little bit more. And I have wholeheartedly I love having you on here, and I definitely want to have you on here again sometime soon.
That would be very, very awesome.
It has been nothing but a pleasure the whole time, and I believe it is quality content.
Well, thank you. I definitely enjoyed being on here, and definitely look forward to doing it again. And no, you got a great thing going. Absolutely great thing.
We would definitely talk. We're hitting at the hour and 3 minutes moment. I don't think it'll be quite on the same because I'll cut some out on the video. But I gotta piss like a motherfucker, so I'm gonna stop the stream. I've drank too much, dude. Man.
I'm holding it in too. So
let's go piss. It's been a pleasure, brother, and I definitely want to do another stream sometime soon.
Sounds perfect.
Yeah.
I'll talk to you soon.
Yep.
All right, take care.